If you are tired of trying to find or paying for knee-high or thigh-high boots in a color that you need for cosplay, try making your own boot covers. It's actually so much easier than it sounds, and this is exactly how you can pattern and sew boot covers that fit your legs and your shoes exactly. Now, this is part 2 of 9 of cosplaying C2 from Code Geass. In the previous parts, we upgraded her costume, which is from Doki Doki, and in the next parts, we're going to do the props, the wig, sew the cheese plush, and also, of course, do the makeup and the photo shoot itself. To make your own boot covers, you're going to need some clear plastic wrap like saran wrap, some tape, marker, scissors, a stretchy type of fabric like a spandex or a stretchy vinyl in a color that you want for your costume, a sewing machine, pins, and some elastic, and of course the shoes that you're going to wear for this cosplay. The first step is to wrap your leg in plastic wrap. You'll put your feet into the shoes that you want to wear and then wrap your entire leg in plastic wrap, covering all of the areas where you want the boot covers to go, including the bottom of the shoe. Make sure the plastic wrap is tight and snug on your skin, but not too tight, because if it is too tight, you're going to end up with a pattern that's too small. Next, wrap strips of painter's tape or masking tape around your legs, everywhere that the saran wrap is, and then use a marker to label some key points along the tape pattern. So for example, the top of the thigh-high boots, or your boot covers rather, and the bottom, the back seam, and any other important reference points for your shoes. Next, you're going to cut carefully along the marked lines to remove the tape pattern from your leg. Also, when you're drawing your lines, don't forget to add reference marks like I did, those little notches. That will help me line it up after that. Be careful when you're cutting so you're not accidentally cutting your clothing if you're wearing some tight pants underneath, or you're not cutting your skin, of course. Very carefully remove the tape pattern from your leg and from your shoe, and then transfer it onto some paper or stretchy fabric. For me, I wanted a pattern that I could keep, which is why I put it onto paper afterwards. But if you're thinking that you're going to throw your tape pattern out very soon and you're doing this very quickly, it's not absolutely necessary to put this onto paper first. So I would say if you want to keep it, put it on paper. If you're doing this rather quickly, just go right away for the fabric. Essentially trace around the edges with a marker to create your custom-sized pattern pieces. Be sure to leave some seam allowance for the sewing. Use some sharp scissors to cut out the fabric pieces following along all of the traced lines, and be sure to, since we only wrapped one leg, be sure to mirror that for your other leg. Then you are going to pin everything together, right sides together, and then sew along the seams of the fabric pieces to put the boot covers together. You can use a stretch stitch or a zigzag stitch to allow for the fabric to have some stretch in the places that you sewed. And of course, before the final cosplay, try on your boot covers to make sure you have a good fit and make any adjustments as you need at the end. You'll also want to put elastic at the top depending on how high or low you want it. Make sure you measure the elastic around the circumference of that part of your leg. And that's pretty much it. If you'd like, you can hem the bottom edge, but since it's going to be under the shoe, it doesn't really matter. Here's how it looks in the end. Let me know what you think.